House, 58 Clarendon Road, London, N80DJ. Nearest tube station, Tempark Lane and Wood Green. Overground, Hornsey Station. Buses, 41 to Archway and 144 to Maswa Hill. For more info, call 0203 3257 030. Call our 24-hour line on 0754 8701 011. Website www.fortwellsolicitors.com.
Opening hours Monday to Friday 9:30 to 5:30 p.m.
Thursday Beyonce Young Milton Keynes.
Fortwell Solicitors is regulated by SRA.
Fortwell Solicitors.
You are listening to GN Radio UK.
Yo, Ghana for your English approach my muha. Ya sweady. Yenya emrenim fo a wen akwadare wo emrenimo a poto kasemu ye kase a lawyer for entimi nuanom momyem for immigration ensem nyina enko dan wo mo Fortwell Solicitors emrenimo akuku drofo se watna ha che ombeboa wo ma wonsa ka won krata na se wedi edro nso a eyo mo kokokra eba ne nipa setena mu ani adwuma mu nsem bia omudim akotene pa omo wo mre di mani pa bia na de enika wo mu mponi se no consultation fee.
Fortwell Solicitors always puts our clients' needs first. We specialize in all UK visa applications, detention and deportation cases, student and work points-based work permit applications from both UK and abroad. Fortwell Solicitors also deals with long residence and human rights applications outside the immigration rules. Don't wait till last minute. Fortwell Solicitors is located at
Unit 1, ground floor, Katrina House, 58 Clarendon Road, London, N80DJ. Nearest tube station, Tempark Lane and Wood Green. Overground, Hornsey Station. Buses, 41 to Archway and 144 to Maswa Hill. For more info, call 0203 3257 030. Call our 24-hour line on 0754 8701 011. Website www.fortwellsolicitors.com.
Opening hours Monday to Friday 9:30 to 5:30 p.m.
Thursday Beyonce Young Milton Keynes.
Fortwell Solicitors is regulated by SRA.
Fortwell Solicitors.
You are listening to GN Radio UK.
I'm sorry, audio did that.
Okay. Said you wouldn't know a liga our jumedie na edru so ebina de bia na yeba wa kwan so na yeba besum wo enti ene yebina de yaba a yeba ba besum wo jiakunya to safro onua frɛ wadanfo ka che ne se jumedie no na edru so enu enti no ombra emetie bi ebia na ene topic no eye wodia anase eye wunua bi edia ebeboa wo wunua bi enti no we invite a friend ebeboa pa e wo sa kwan so midi Mama Len said the only no mene a lawyer Daniel Kwe and a baba besumo aha a GN radio yaba wa kwan so ebina de bia dubako ekosi mitre 10 ekokosi dubako na ya sorry so and it no no do ekosi dubako na ya sorry so ntina de yaba wa kwan so aba yama atnase yama akwaba e de ebedmedie so and yen topic no can I bring elderly parents to the UK? Say ebi awo maami bi wo papa bi wo nana bi ya also me person be sha butire bi also ma wo me person be visit me well whatever the reason ubetimi ama sa parents no and I say sa or for no aba UK ana ɛno ne topic a ɛda ɛpono ne tie na yɛba bɛdɔ asukɔ akɔ mu na lawyer ɛwɔ ha yi wakyerɛkyerɛ yɛ mu ɛkwan a yɛbɛfa so sɛ yɛyɛ mfiri ha sɛ yɛanwo yɛwɔ ha yɛwɔ ha koraa yɛwɔ abusuafoɔ ɛwɔ fie bi a yɛpɛ sɛ yɛma ɔmo ba ɛkwan bɛɛ ne yɛbɛfa so ɛno ɛne topic a na yɛba bɛdiscuss ɛno nti no tam kutuo afei ɛbrɛ ma yɛ ho kwan ma sɛ ɔwɔ question bi a wɔasa ɛtumi de ba ɛma ɛyɛ lawyer ɛyiyi ano ɛde ma mɛna nso ɛyɛ phone line no ama ɛbrɛ a ɛsɛ mu ba saa berɛ deɛ meba bɛma lawyer akɔ aba na yɛde dwumadie no ahyehyɛ so ɛnɛ me voice no ɛyɛ funny fa kyɛ me wate ɛnyɛ sexy sɛdeɛ wɔpa tie no but ne nyinaa no de bɛkyɛ me ba meba lawyer akɔ aba na yɛfa dwumadie no hyehyɛ so. Good morning, lawyer.
Yeah, good morning, Mama Lane. And then them say we audio na kwa kakra na ba kwa na ba.
Sa on. Hey, me say yɛbɛhwɛ baabi yɛde bɛduru te sɛ deɛ last time yɛyɛ no na yɛbɛyɛ ne saa pɛpɛɛpɛ
Yo na ɛna no pɛ wei deɛ aha sɛ deɛ bɔkɔ yɛkyia wetiefoɔ nso enya wo joining for the very first time no yɛfrɛ bi lawyer Daniel Koy the fee Fortwell Solicitors. Fortwell Solicitors nso opɛ kyerɛ kwan a yɛwɔ North London yɛbɛn Temper Clean Station anaasɛ Honzi Station. Every Thursday, so no, the office no echo Milton Keynes into the one Milton Keynes ne Northampton area. One person will be here no. Some pay chair choir every Thursday piano. The office in the echo ho. Fortwell Solicitors so any immigration sempe in a come apart from immigration, family law, civil litigation, employment, wills and probate into any of these areas be able so and they say a phone you be a phone line in ultimate question about offer and so you waiting me asem amount charge for consultation and no hear me pa because I know this year the way I see who I then no obi beka say free dia and they meet me and more abekasa into no said obi pay chair kwan a ho and am actually
yɛbɛda wase lawyer sɛ ɛnkyerɛmu kakra wo de ama ɛsɛ bi a ɛnɛ ne first time obi show me yɛ sure sɛ sɛ abrɛ wahu nipa a woyɛ ɛno nti ne yɛnsɛ brɛ no yɛbɛkɔ ɛyɛ ɛnɛ yɛn topic ne so na mentimi hu sɛ ɔde yɛbɛwura mu straight away anaasɛ wɔ biribi a anaasɛ deɛ last week yɛbrɔbrɔ so no de kakra bi bɛsɔ
mede yɛbɛwura mu straight away say last week nsɛm a ɛkɔkɔ so regarding UK Borders Bill. I will also anyway at the appropriate time, no, you discussion, but and media adult dependent relative visa and one sem na me pese yeboboso and no pay. One of the most common questioner in Crofo Ebisan Bebre a lawyer mame ayare ofie metimi de na ba UK me papa ayare metimi e de na betina me nchen UK because me obia obehwe no na a type of visa available but a type of visa so very popular. And the reason why and they say I didn't for a yes application I refuse your more and as a young farm more a crime ben no meet me a faso near day sa application I successful a more no meet me a day or more and as papa about room has say I must add say this very type of visa and also no any parents pay in a omobetimi are qualified for obetimi enya enkwala but omoye adults children ebi honoma omobetimi are qualified under this scheme you know so we tie na we say for just parents and just for parents it's the young mama no papa na you are thinking and also you are considering say would you move back under this scheme as any other adult relative biana or say within the bad then this topic is very very interesting for you and may encourage you say also ubetie na our question bia waiting me at the aba now one of the things obi baby same and answer the first question people ask and they say you can say adult dependent relative visa na adult dependent relative visa no ne purpose no and answer that route no emma ho kwan say ebia wo ebusuani bi or adult or above the age of 18 years ohia ongoing care ntino ebia ne apomu somebody needs to be by that person obetimi ahwe no ebia na through age ebia na yare bi na nipa ne wo ebia na disability bi na nipa ne wo ntino for that reason ntino ohia long-term personal care. If nipa no etisa na say ohia long-term personal care, then this is the type of visa you may have to consider, say obey application ama nipa no. It must, I said my boss will say a very strict requirements, okay, for somebody to be able to come here as an adult relative. You know, say when meet these requirements, then any possible say yeah, the amount. Very, very important. Say in the entry requirements. You know, say you meet me access so. Now some person may application and so we hear any advisor they can get in touch now on me either about Chrome has say. It's important to understand say there are only a limited group of people are qualified for adult dependent relative visa. One ABR parents are or 18 years and over ever Chrome has here. Nipa na everything are qualified. Obviously, no. Even though we I say obvious, say me parents and person in the ban it should be 18 and above, but it's very, very important because almost 80 rules into the SMS so me ma what see. Secondly, no. Be grandpa nipa na your grandparents into no and you necessarily say a year old parents pay in a obetimi are qualified for this type of visa. So your grandparents are and also no say obetimi are qualified.
Okay.
The good thing say the American say even if nipa na your brother and also sister now or the age of over the age of 18 and now say will ba or the age of 18 and above. Omunyana everything are qualified under this scheme. Okay. These are the type of people how we are thinking. Say, you bear that type of visa and at their mom. At the time of application, very important. Say, what we are sponsored also know we are the age of 18 years and over. Okay. Say, me Daniel, when I'm person with papa back group as here, back group as here. At the time of application, I need to be able to show, say, me more than 18 years. Say, obi ohonoma na or back chrome ha, ne bani British. However, nebani enya in the 18 years here, but opese obahase na obebua ehwe nebano. This will not be the type of visa that you will have to make an application for. Okay. Very, very important. And nothing on what is requirements na so we obi oba ewo UK. Or yet below the age of 18 years. Now you are thinking, say, the nebeba UK has no now. There's a special type of visa. Now they are back. But this will not be the ideal one. Sometimes you also know you need to show say either say we are British national and answer we are Irish national. I would say Chrome has say UK, then you'll be able to qualify. Say Ukra indefinite leave to remain and so and also possible say ubetimi a year application under this scheme. Now wakofa adult dependent relative UK has say. Omo Chrome has say with UK refugee status and as a humanitarian protection visas and also possible say almost so everything akofa omo parents back Chrome has say EU nationals and I say EU family members are omukra EUSS nibi pre-settled status and a settled status almost so it may be possible somebody me a application under this scheme akofa omo relatives back. It is however important to understand say we are EU national and I say pre-settled status and as a settled status. Now you have evidence say now UK has say before UK AFE anymore, then it may be better and I say it may be prudent, more practical, and I say financially viable, say obey application under the EU scheme, because another application is free. Meanwhile, also no legal requirements are much simpler and easier to follow than going through the adult dependent relative visa scheme. And it's very, very important say you for no ever share and no answer. The other thing we have to consider the visa requirement for adult dependents, a relative visa. No? To qualify under the scheme, so we meet various requirements as an adult dependent relative. Again, immigration rules stipulate all the things you need to satisfy. And sana wait me sa application, and one of the main key things a relationship requirement. A relationship requirement, we are talking about obi or your parents or your grandparents, and now say or your adult child like pala will be more than 18 years. You need to put that evidence in the application. You can't say for evidence, I just say will be a papa. We are looking at birth certificates. We are looking at DNA report. Obviously, DNA report is not the first recourse because DNA at the application, it is not cheap at the moment. You are looking at anything between 500 and 600 pounds to just prepare a DNA report to support your application. However, say the appropriate birth certificate. The mao at the time of your war, which evidence straight away say nipa na your application a man or your papa and also your mamia. Then it may not be necessary, so we prove it with a DNA report. Sometimes say if you are planning to bring somebody like grandparents, now you come from where we come from, a place like Ghana, grandparents in the crown pono who need the birth certificate, the chest on so the documentation to that effect to show say this is the relationship between you and that applicant, and it's your parent and also your grandparents. Not that document clear. In that situation, we may strongly advise to say individual na opese or your application ebe consider say obey DNA at the account application to make things easier, because one person obey be na a train ye be refuse the application for no reason, simply because evidence that you could have easily provided one fan application and also ebe harding be, and this is something that we will advise people to make sure say at least when it comes to the relationship requirements in India, we will be in a position to meet it. Any other thing won't meet it when you come in, we will look at it and try and help you. The other criteria are, if you can see move forward, we'll expect for you to be able to follow and as I to meet, the fact say nipana or bano as a result of age and as an illness. And as a disability, nipa ever require long-term personal care to perform everyday tasks. You can say obi require long-term personal care for everyday tasks. We are talking about all these things, so we see niyama so be dressing up cramp, there's been a difficulty in there to that extent say we be here help from Wawo UK to be able to offer that to that person. Very, very, very important say in order to evidence this, who was strong evidence enough into some of the evidence that we'll be looking for letters from doctors and as a consultant physician or share sign to show say the medical condition extra say on to me like we hear somebody to help them, and that will be enough evidence to provide if you are making such an application. One fact, Sadiana Kahon said, Nipana or your application, he's incapable of performing those duties now. Very, very difficult. Say, application be successful. Another thing is what you need to show, let's say, even with financial and as a practical help from the sponsor, any possible say ubetimi enya the same level of care ewo bebia nipane ete intino say and also say enye affordable say ube provide sa care no ewo bebia nipane ete. This is some area and I say one aspect of the requirements many people tend to struggle with to show internet very, very important say in order to meet that requirement when solicitor and I say legal representative ever discuss it for them to be able to advise you the type of evidence you bet me to prove that criteria, and because without meeting meeting that criteria, no, any possible so be succeeding with such an application as well. So it's very, very, very important. Say you may meet this criteria way. Home Office will not waive that criteria amount. You need to show say own required level of care no corona or team no, either because enye available and now say obia eni honum a obi provide this care no, and now so say even if ubetimi aye crown pa enye affordable. So we are looking at bank statements, we are looking at evidence to show say chrono the level of care that is required for such a person in that situation, you know, it may not be available. Into no say one fast idea we anchor check enye ebe issue. The third point, and I say the third criteria, obia or consider say obey application way will have to meet, you know, the fact say obetimi a maintaining accommodate sani panel are all banner without any recourse to public funds. Very, very important. The efficacy for will not like to see in a say okwa fa mama efi Ghana and okwa fa papa efi Ghana aba krum has say na UK aban abetua ahwe o mama amount debi that will not be tolerated. It is very, very, very important say anybody at all try say obey yes application, he's got enough funds, he's got enough accommodation to show say nipa na kwa na ban obetimi accommodating without any issues. Sometimes when we are making an application for such a person, we will say for documents and I say evidence how many bedrooms are or property. Sometimes we even go to the extent of getting property reports to include with the application. Obviously, you know, once you come in, we will look at personal circumstances, see how well or relative now all banner will be able to fit into our accommodation that will provide it for such application. Internet and very, very, very important. Without that, we will not be able to assist you. Sometimes, you know, so no. Say we show very, very important. Say the idea in saying, say application do not fall under refusal under the suitability grounds. Because suitability grounds are be an applicant now or your application through the conduct, character, associations, and I say other reasons in it. If you can say more feel say or the entry into this country, you know, will be undesirable. And I say be previously, you know. Now Otikrom has said in our committee serious criminal offenses be, and for that reason into UK are buying M-Pesa or back home has said, and now so say be now mommy and now papa wabetina has say wabede de kabi where you are driving without insurance where ye in bia UK are buying FLA say you know what, based on all this evidence I war on the M-Pesa has said. That's something very, very important that Crawford need to be aware of. This includes Oma backroom has say Omebu immigration rules. So internet say Oma me abetina UK previously or buy ABA or the visitors visa and the backroom has say or buy wabe yusu NHS when Chiaka or co and also say or buy overstay previously. This year chain and didn't echo ya. Remember, said this criteria na yabobosuno ebetimi affected my application. I'm on wait now, so not just say may refuse, you know. Yeah. Sometimes you know what me emit criteria yabobosu ya obibe bisa say a point ben so in a mefa na my yes application for adult dependent relative visa. No. It is very important to understand, say, application where you know ubetimi ayewo online and as we call Home Office websites and also to submit the application. However, there's an appendix 1 form B and as a form B account or the pen and the paper ever fill or form no so now the account application. Without doing that, nobody say why our application come but over na say the refuse the application. Before I fill sa application where it is also important to understand say nipana or sponsor wo ede abano so or draw and also or sign undertaking be say or non be responsible for or maintenance or accommodation, and I will care for at least the next 5 years without relying on any public funds. Without that information, and I say without that way, any idea Home Office for a day and crater and every amount, they automatically refuse you. Then, who completely online application area, you need to put evidence, documents at the supporting application. Normally, no, I tell people say, yeah, but if it is so, yeah, you check documents how the back application because we don't necessarily have standard documents. Yeah, they cast or application where yeah, they have standard documents where na account because obia situation may be different.
Yeah.
Document I remember boss on ebia obenye bi unye bi. At the current unye bi no so no reason may be different from a third party. Into so who tie and as I may boss idea way so now so Jane say obetimi e follow and no now what the application akotuma may sell make sure so we seek legal advice because me per se we go maybe say lawyer can say me the anyway I can't one and no no me the copy ya the menkrata ebe mame asema me catch when say only legal representative and discuss any evidence or answer our present because our circumstances may be different. Say the from the beginning, you need to evidence the relationship between who any applicant now and I said between the sponsor, UK sponsor, and an applicant, into child birth certificates, things like DNA reports, may do documents to show, say, ABI, send this command panel, anything to show that evidence, and they say you are some way, somehow related to Nipana, Wakofana Bano, such say Nipani or Papa or your mommy or your own nana. And now to say, if you know brother be an answer with adult child, whatever relationship that you put on the application form, you need to have evidence to show, say, this is the relationship. The second document, and I say other documents that you may have to provide evidence, say applicants, require long-term personal care as a result of the age, illness, and as a disability. This can take a form of independent medical evidence from a doctor and as any health professional supporting the proposition, say, because of applicants in a physical or mental condition, and obey are performing everyday tasks, and for that reason, obey here help from you. For you to evidence this, you may have to appoint an expert, a medical expert, I prepare proper report. I check to support application and opposite way. So to the evidence, I say applicants even with practical and financial help from the sponsor, and not possible. So me obtaining so require level of care and corona movement in our situation. Now based on documents and I said based on evidence at a work form you are able to show say even with your help on the ground the level of care even if you want to pay somebody to even do it you may not even get it. Then tenancy agreement and I said mortgage papers or the back say nipa na eba krum hasia obenya baby ada. Sometimes the mortgage papers and the tenancy agreement in itself will not be in a like intimate and share all the evidence clearly enough, and for that reason we may request for a property report to go alongside our application and yes successful. Jabo boy nyama we su you may put everything in. Wait me at the Nyama Yache immigration rules na guidance na amaboboso and name atum at your application. Unfortunately, we're not efficacy move for a refusal application. Into the question that somebody may ask and they say, what if your application for adult dependent visa is refused? What next? What are your options? And for us to discuss that in the city no matter what we do, say it is still possible for Home Office to refuse these things. Sometimes it may be possible say obey appeal. Obey to me appeal depending on how the application was presented. If the application was presented in such way, say apart from the pan ebe here care from you, personal care from you, no, so no, there was a human rights element to the application, then automatically, you know, you bet me I'm a right of appeal, which means you say you bet me a court na yako appeal against the refusal, no, and as a first year tribunal to challenge that refusal decision. Sometimes, you know, depending on how our lawyers and as conform more on a present application, you know, the application will be such that there's no element of human rights in there. Into the amount right of appeal. So your amount right of appeal with me, I be a friend administrative review. Administrative review is basically telling the Home Office, say, hey, yeah, man consider this evidence, man consider way, and for that reason, you know, and no to them refuse it, and to the moon check it, more mistake, and more correct it. That's what administrative review basically means. Obviously, no, nipa na we refuse the application, or no one was a corner hobium say. On checking documents, not on changing the decision, and sometimes you know what that means is on refusing. When that happens, you can take the preemptive step and take the matter to upper tribunal and do be a friendly judicial review. Judicial review, you know, you are going to upper tribunal to challenge the legality of the Home Office decision or make it, and also something that may be an option available to you. People will have to look at that. It is a why application that I'm a year refuse. Lawyer be a application I'm a year refuse. And you are thinking, say, person the assembly echo court now here assistance. You may get in touch and your team, you know, will be in a better position to assist you. Looking at all the evidence, they make sure the chances are who will succeeding and as I won't end succeeding. Maybe both side ways, so no, me say. EU nationals may have a better way of bringing their adult dependent relatives to the UK, and I say many papa and grandparents to the UK under the scheme, and I say under these rules now make it possible because the may be free, also some of the requirements and I say criteria mabubosu and net programming may not be applicable to them. Instead, they say we EU national, and I say we EU family member. Now you are thinking, say. Obey application and you may not have to follow these criteria. No, into say that they American. Just consult your legal rep now on more advice, the necessary advice on what exactly you need to be able to submit a successful application on that basis. It's important to understand, say, the type of visa that papa and our grandparents. May depend on the type of status at Wankasa or UK. Say Ukra British passport and as Ukra indefinite leave to remain. It may be say in Krata the papa na mama indefinite. Young fans every time will be or 2.5 no akwaje for us. That's something that people need to understand. Say it doesn't work. And I say entisa intino and also idea nkrofo enye den enhye so na omuhu say over so we are just know exactly what is required and as the type of visa then once you know the type of visa you see say then it is worth fighting for their open so fighting for no and any assistance at this stage, you know, I think say questions also platform now will be question now your listeners and so question be more almost their mind. And say audio ne ekusa down. What you mean?
Mete won kapa but minim so ultimate can you hear me? Oh.
Me mean to won.
Ultimate okay. Mr. Wa producer. Shema me na may try as much as possible. So to me, Pacho Menka. Still, okay. I was lawyer and Timenka, but then my mema will recap kakra. Said you win him no Tuesday bia and a bawa quine so a babe sumwo and said you win him no legal hour jumedie and a de eba. Na and some ya na a tree yen so eva a immigration sense semua. eno na lawyer eba ebenada bia be yi ano ma ye ebe ma ye ni eda honomo ewo eyesa kwan no sunti no ene dey yaba na ene komo aye twetwe no eye se opese okofa busuani bi na wode no eba eye abrochire me kire UK na sa busuani no se de osi title no say parent. It doesn't mean say yes or yeah or phone kwa say nipa ne above 18 dia and that means so bet me inviting nipa no no aba na eno na lawyer chre ho requirement say hu ene de say ye ansa ne akwa busuani bia de na ba na ankwa nko wiewie eniema bone so amfa amaye no eno no wa chire mu a ene de amaye but it's rather unfortunate say so the wunimu no infidie ne de adwuma dura bi a eho bete chima kakra nti bear with us whilst ye try say be connect back lawyer na ya hwese obetime nka na ya ehu
CCM say
aba wo hu good
yes.
good nti what wotime nka bibia kama yo enti abusuafo say the lawyer chirchiri mu di aba besi a mesoma brobro so e di ama no sabre ye ba be phone lines no e di atum o question bi a person lawyer eyi anoma wa Mr. wa fabra saso na yenua no ma mo hwe on Facebook mu amode mo questions abanyina no mebo modin a se me read obi a ede ama no nti no Mr. wa ye hwe no sa ekwan no so eno nti no ye number ene obetimi afre so na wo de o question aba ye mobile number no 0778 793 9958 0778 793 9958 ubetimi afrese opese ubisa question bia na odi abana lawyer ayi ano fefefe edi amount so opese okofa busuani bi di free edi ne eba ebe depending type of visa wo wana say asetina wo so we EU ni so we British ni lawyer edi kan chirichiri mu edi amaye eno nkire say awofo nko a se nipa ne above 18 na ubetimi invite no na odi no aba sa pepepe ene ye no ntino ni si number ne so biem di ama 0778793958 0778793958 nefa o questions nyina ebra na lawyer enyi ano emfa emma okay na lawyer na u church mu no de epesi ehu na wo kan bibi about EU national de epesi mi hu ne say EU for mra na da so ye adwuma bra ya free ye Brexit ni mu no still na da so ye adwuma na.
Oh yes, that's yeah, Juma say who ye EU national now say back room has said before 31st of December.
Okay.
2020. Then clearly ubetimi na so what pre-settled status Libya.
Okay.
Akofa omame and as papa aba under the EU laws and as under appendix EU. Internet and only ye Juma.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, EU ni na Oba Krum has said earlier, and then the EU into a pre-settled status. Now, for that reason, into no person kofa Oba, and now say Wanana Eba Krum has said, Ubetimi ISR application under EU law. The problem, and I say the difference, and I say we EU ni, and I say Ukra pre-settled status ni, and I say settled status. No, now so Opa say at this stage, Okofa we yere eba. We yere anfans na wa ware no o ware no na ye fi EU ni mu dada na opese wo kofa na then you cannot make the application under appendix EU. That is the difference. It is very, very important you understand when EU law still applies and when it does not apply.
Okay, lawyer me ba menya caller bi me emfa no na yenku yenim. Good morning caller.
Good morning, sister. Me patrolling pom to say.
Nya me adome ho ye pa na wo so we di ni ba bia kasa free.
Me di Kojo Boachi.
Kojo Boachi patrol. Yeah. Kasa mi tie Kojo.
Me kasa free stock we.
Okay, thank you very much. O question my lawyer ne say.
We di da masini enyuma pa mo ye boa o mangana ni afoforo wa na mi Islam. More question me patrol. Many yiri wale 10 years. Na last year na mentimi mwase kakra bi ba ema awale no yenyina trans ni abusunya trans se saade a yenwonu no bia emfa ni baby. Na last year ni ehya se ye de kokot ni yegu no. Na ehya last year September manimu. na last month na buy certificate, divorce certificate in buy it say our ladies say the yaguno one miss mikof ye be 10 years ni na manya aja manyo ba for say me tran wasa am e wo fear me pese mikofi next month nanka mekoye no ho ade nanka me di tun na me busa lawyer say mikofi be 10 years ni na me call next month na oba foforo me koye no ho ade na me di pipa na tum no ebetimi aye adwuma sa.
Okay. O question any kojo.
Me ba so ani.
Okay. Lawyer mpacho be busa ni bibi ana.
Not at this stage, but metimi eyina no pepe.
Kojo de jina so bi ba so mema de atoso jina so na lawyer no.
Mr. Boateng, possible say ukofie ache 10 years ago. Now, for the first time, I will call you now. Ukakoware oba we within a bonk over the years. But you're sorting the problem that shows in say evidence that exchange when oba you are there like relationship edimuno say very strong. Intino say Mr. Boateng me catch you say a coin bank in our Mr. Boache kwan be na woni wojire na ebon komo na wo ka kire me say oh me use international calling cards me na use wie ya na mato achine until me ni any evidence bia ewo ho no ma sa application na ye be na emu be den because the entry clearance officer no enti ase say evidence a excess woni oba no ewo ho no mo no enye strong enough na unya call ya after 10 years oba no kran pa bia hu na che minimpozo we hu ne dance na kwa wire na say bia radio Facebook ne social media pen na mo bon komo inti no ni nia gina evidence no so okay obi o ho no ma oba no onhu ne da but ube komu ebe hwe inyama o ma ye evidence e wo ho mo bon komo video calls ne WhatsApp messages via e wo ho no se mama le wa oti ase oti mi se inyama e wo mu inti no no sa no se omu hwe mu crampo na omu be hu se relationship we dey genuine and for that reason into be application na is successful into no ye nua bema me advice am de be ma won say any evidence bia e wo honom a e kire se woni oba no a communicate and answer my warrior no relationship no edimu no and say e very strong to counteract the fact say Oko Ghana ache over 10 years ago and yes our application and yes successful.
Okay. Kojo mpacho what the lawyer chere no?
Me pacho don't carry me na me nti.
No nti okay any e be there wo de beto so wo hu na chere no wasa chere mu e de amount e brain nti e na mesre wa me kanfo so amount say obetimi afre lawyer na oni na twetwe ho nkomo so.
E tell them me come back after the program.
Obetimi asset nti thank you so much
so why? Okay, Mr. Damasi.
Okay then bye. Yo, ebusia said the ye nsema no e de ema enuanom no sa so na so betimi e de odi aba frɛ AC 0778 793 9958 0778 793 9958. O question and say ema lawyer so person ko for obi eba and as a question fufuro bi ana ye quick a betimi e de aba ma lawyer eyi ano e de ama lawyer ye hwe sledge say good morning lawyer, do you do notary public service?
So there be notary public service. Special people and I say other type of lawyers are on way notary public. Notary public, for pet documentation be be Ghana. Intinebia auto asasi be na person be mumau. Now we hear notary public. You need to see a notary public. They are regulated differently from solicitors. Into notary public. Debbie.
Okay. Yeah, that's the way and so am I. Young call Francisca for Bonnie. I'll say good morning. Please, is there any update on Zambrano application? On also so no.
Zambrano applications there's no further update at this stage, apart from the fact say Home Office for issue certificate of application. Ama modium application ya atum They have also given indications say omuguso are more consider decisions, and even though I checked there, but eventually no almost the decision ever about any time from now. Yes, we have seen some movement. Those type of applications, my application that are not yes, it's why application that are not say one here, then only will lawyer and court discuss it.
Yo, ye better lawyer sabre me fa sa kwanya so na ma chia ye ahwefo ene etiefo amohwe nyina especially presido na agima nchia kese enkoma o sa so na nchia kese enko emfa emma obibia me fa chedi ni ba na ekọ ntino se ma mbo odi enye boapa ye salome me chia o bia o biara ene mu amotete chira mu hwe nyina nchia kese emfa enkoma obi biara mampacho kofi say Australia ubetimi atremu ye requirement no for say okwakofa obisuani dia ba say oye EU ni ana say oye British ni ubetimi atremu kakra requirement ni biemu amana kofi na ebisa.
Oh, minia kofi em say me ene program ne dia no ana me cheche mu documents no intino minia kofi advice am de be ma on say be after the program no wo dia frame na me who specific requirements then who kwaya betimi afa so at the amount say that me try we need to nipa na kwakofa na ba no needs to show say ohia personal care because of an age and I say illness and I say disability bia nipa no ewo intine if opesa kofa o mama and aso kofa o papa eba na you any of these things ewo honoma then we will look at other evidence actually say nipa na kwakofa na ba no wo be oba obeda with me accommodating and maintaining without any recourse to public funds and also so but when it goes to the specific of the documentation anyway now it will take a lot of time again because I know and one I have boss go back reverse and I say rewind na kutie ube se be so kama program also.
Eti said the lawyer kana ye pe sa programming ebeda GN radio page ntino say wantimi ni anhyase a okọ a ubetimi asa starting na wahwe de ye probruso ne de kan nyina no kra betimi aboa ba ni nyina mu no me advice say ubetimi ato anamo na wakọ lawyer asoye akwa hu no na emwa bia soso a ubetimi de aboa wo no wetimi de aboa wo because ho no ubetimi ato ne bo ase a trensemu because ha say ye ba pe 1 hour slot ene ye won ti ntimi mfa enyi wo nsem na no nyina say de wo pe no emma ntini kamene wa kameteki sa advantages say initial consultation is free enu nti ma friend me booki makọ kama nsem afa ma prepare me hu makọ hu lawyer me gidi say eno be boa pa e wo sa akwa ne so nti no ye ne sa fa ema ye na ma me fa lawyer number no ntudwa wo screen so wo hwe o Facebook a eba etwagu sa obetimi afa o mo numbers no na wa frɛ o mo ana so akwa hu lawyer na office line no 0203 325 7030 0203 325-7030 eno office line and I say ubetimi aframe mobile 07944 976 161 07944 976 161 na eno so no lawyer etimi ayi wunsem na no nyina ede ama ofefefe but then we Victoria say the person who ne say the weekend na say nikunu ewo krom ha say na so person obefa na evidence bia ni ho about omo bia omo relationship na say na wo chiremu ede ama eyekwadwo no person who say ede na obetimi aye say oni evidence bia person ede ne ba onye de.
Say at the moment, only evidence bia dia na esemotumobo. Mama Len, you see, you need to understand. Say, opese okofa oyire, and as opese okofa ukunu efifie eba.
Yeah.
There are some requirements bia you need to meet. One of the requirements, a relationship requirements.
Right.
And yes, say ode wo marriage certificate. Abetu dra say. Nipa we oye oyere and nipa we oye ukunu na we there be se sadia anka obia ede obia be which we show you picture out in the air back
them so yeah na okay omo wa chirinka meka so omo share anya video e infam omo na omo se bibi koso
sometimes say we yiri and say ukunu eni krum ha na say the ultimate goal na sɛ wobɛkɔ akɔfa na ɛde aba kurom ha se a
Yeah.
ɛnyɛ sɛ wo delete evidence bia ɛwɔ hɔ between the two parties. To be honest, Mama Len, nkurɔfoɔ ɛde nneɛma ɛkyerɛ. Do you understand? And nneɛma kɔ so. I had the but the evidence now a say more relationship, you need to have it. Maybe internet when they were here and only who a bon como anopa area enumerate or WhatsApp, more video calls, more Telegram, more Viber. Meaning they are dancing for a use, but jamu use biana uria my evidence in the end because at ban time I be application as evidence then you be so. The problem and I said they are not efficacy for any edge home be brain say they can see a long trend of conversation. Into the nipa no ukoshia nipa no let's say so ukoshia nipa 2019. And I'm a bon come from 2019 I develop it into a relationship in a mako ware let's say 2021. And if a person in the back room has a 2022. If you can see for person who say, oh, time I will share no 2019 and come on mo where ye be 2019 ediaba. Where ye be 2020 the about 2021 and so the end and so the item. It does not necessarily have to be everything from that time, but roughly no all the two honoma you can see say every 6 months the relationship was going on. There if you can say more for say I mean we've seen situations and as your application a man crofwa obehwe no na e bia nipa na owa ha say no on WhatsApp aye ka ho ansem kran onimu sort me say onim say the ebe type onim say the ebe tro into the e bia na omo de na no an so omo ye audio message we ye kakra na we so aye kakra we ye kakra eno ni nia so e wo
today say no so nyina be here.
Oh yes, and also you be here at least we wo ho no ma be tini e dey akire then we know how to evidence it and I say when we cover letter and I say ye representation at the amount at the home officer. They ni masema ye be kan at the iden at the atuso at the amount to make it easier because if sebe untimi unnim atro and I unnim say they type it WhatsApp they there na say nkwala na mo send way easier call back and forth na unnim say the na wo the audio message pe na obeya it's acceptable ye nya unnim say enye obia na betimi typing. The most important thing is say ubema yehu how one oyere and ukunu communicate ni etimi aye representation ama effectively say their application e be successful and yes say be problem obi wo hono ma obeka say oh na say lawyer so mu hu say menomenti intro intino mentimi intro na maka cho mo say audio message na me ye no so mo ti ase no mo de encrypt and mama there be so wutimi a point bibi a tromo and as wutimi explain the evidence be to her intino ye nya ye ti ase say enye obia na betimi the evidence na important for these things to be successful na betimi the aba but let's say ye nya be maya ofre earlier on ya so ntimi nko fie no ebia fie na onko ye no there may be a good reason why I want to fear for the last 10 years. Ebia no worry, Ebia no go through divorce, Ebia na may be enko ye emano, and for that reason into the way to me into point. It will be very important say any application be obey the be corner, obey explaining the reason why one year then one fear during that period, and that will be okay for such a person. Into for us, we say one size do not fit all, and I say we don't have one solution for everybody. Obia solution will be different. Into a quite amede meet 10 applications I call for obire ediaba. All the 10 applications obia presented different documents for that application to be successful. But meanwhile, all the applications will be successful. Into ye na ya nye bibia anko to hono keke na ye sika anko she. Eya de ya bebre ne say application no enye si e refuse you and e refuse you keke na wakoye appeal there be ebia na wo sika de be appeal all right but even the appeal process no it take you over 1 year into imagine say we year we just talk the ne kwa akoba 3 months time if akodi be 1 year na 1.5 years na ontimi engbe count sa e okrum ha say ya na ya honti bebre into the enhwe so say ye be DS ye na application be successful.
That was a lawyer. Last question obi dear wa say na answer na no bibia mu wa dance ye say the dear mu kra wa dance ye. Na normally ni baby wo hono ma ya na office em faso ni so I think sem faso also say me ne wo kasa kra me twa me no ye say ni ma de say me evidence be dia to e ba no no e be your defense nya sa de asem ato pa. Okay, yenko confidence so essay kaise oye application bi di kofi kesi mu ananka wo pass tena o man fa ma no edidi mu ana otimi koye EU de as they say or EU settlement whatever scheme no na the person wo hu ne say o ka kire wo mo ni previous application na nka wo pass tena o man fa ma no ka kire mo say oni busuani bi ani contact any ade say na onya ni settlement we say no person who say o person ko fa busuani di ne ba e be ye problem di amana na say the whole stress no na just
e bet me a problem and na e am ka kire ye nuamo say bibia wo be ye e dia qualification bia no e ya dream future implications into no e bet me a problem. A big problem to the extent say efficacy for the baker say and I said the last application ye ma wono o ka kire yen say uni ebusuani bia e ofi yes from what stage and I was starting say obenya evidence and I say obenya contact with sa ebusuafo no whatever be the case it is possible.
Okay,
it is possible say e bia wo ba krom ha say ana wuni enkrata no you lost contact with everybody e bia na sa time no kranko no uni sikante ebusuani bia amfrem so what I say into the CC na nyama ye ama no they have started calling you and they started getting in touch whatever the situation. The important thing is say ubetimi achirechire mu ubehu kwan a ubechirechire mu with the application so utimi chirechire mu ya wasumu bejo ubetimi succeed with any application our person we at this stage.
All right, you better lawyer say your brand echo fre lawyer office line 0203 325 7030 0203 325 7030 and that's a mobile 07944 976 161 07944 976 161 and no mobile Mr. Bookie first appointment which is initial one na free no na efa wonsem nyina akọ na lawyer emwa wo fefefe na ye nyina ye ho entry obi man so ne ye wo ensem bebre woni nkrata enye ferry na so ye wutimi ye bibi efa ho said the bia ye boni dahuro e wa fidie so because dakro ebetimi ye da boni e de amount lawyer last words na fe ye sorry dwumadie so
wa wutie ye a wo hia any inquiry bia no or the Monday to Friday 9:30 to 5:30 offer a free consultation, initial consultation with me by your office waiting the documents are bring whatever application our person we ma me and na say o papa na obeba krum has say na yen discuss it even if unqualified for adult dependent relative visa grandpa there may be other options such as multiple family visitors visa wait media ba ediako there might be the visa for umamene to come for just healthcare and go back there may be alternatives into no the ayabubosu Udre hona udre say oh man on here personal care every day from day to day. Then options never honoma. We know the options that may be suitable for you. Just get in touch and we'll be more than happy to help.
Yo, yeah, bet that was a lawyer, Nyamisha Pa. You so you're a very busy person, and so no ebna de bia, ojibre, any ebetri and komo ebetri, and ye me any suma any edaho. Sankofa titi danso, baby, I will be a mecha pa. Any ye tear for your hair phone, and chia can see and komo bibiara said, and a diaba, muji or fesso, and a day so soon, yaba, maji or fesso. The best Ron says, I won't mean like a yan mamu Facebook, like my won't mean share so share my went mini and shasia video no edda honomo forever and ever bomodi asa obekwa share na usu afa emu afutuo said be ya pese wodi busuani bi ba ha kwan obefa so ne de sese wo ye nyina lawyer akire mu ede amaye na fa sa advice is enka se me won krata ntimi sorry ya me kofo obi di na ba enya adwuma sa bibia no ye evidence base ɛwɔ hɔ no mu nti no bɔmmɔden a sɛ wotumi bɛgada evidence ne ade ɔbaa ne yie bi na wo so woyɛ bi mu nyinaa no anaa kwan abɛfa so abɛkɔfa wo busuani di naba ne nyinaa na ɛsɛ sɛ wonya ɛpɛ ɛho pomasibrɛ sɛdeɛ lawyer akyerɛkyerɛ mu ɛde ama yɛn no me ɛnɛ mesua biribi na megye di sɛ wo so wasua biribi medin mama len me ne ɛnɛ lawyer Daniel Kwan ɛne yɛba bɛso mu nyame yɛ adoma na wɔtwe sɛ ne yɛbɛsa aba ne yɛaba bɛso mu ɛwɔ dwumadie yi so aha ne yɛde wobɛsie ni akase ma ɔmonitie lawyer thank you so much nyame yɛ adoma yɛbɛhyia next week na yɛ bye bye
yo Ghana for a yɛwɔ English approachman mu ha yɛatwedi yɛnya emranimfo a wɔn akwadare wɔ emran mu a pɔtɔ kasa mu yɛkasa a lawyer for entimi nuanom momyɛmfa yɛ immigration nsɛm nyinaa ɛnkɔ dan wɔn Fortwell Solicitors emranimu akukudrofo sɛ watena ha kyɛ ɔmo bɛboa wo ma wɔn nsa ka wɔn krata na sɛ wedi edro nso a ɛyɛ ɔmo kokokra ɛba ne nipa asetena mu ɛne adwuma mu nsɛm bia ɔmo di mu akotene pa ɔmo wɔ mmere di mani pa bia na deɛ ɛni ka wɔ mu mpo ne sɛ no consultation fee.
Fortwell Solicitors always puts our clients' needs first. We specialize in all UK visa applications, detention and deportation cases, student and work points-based work permit applications from both UK and abroad. Fortwell Solicitors also deals with long residence and human rights applications outside the immigration rules. Don't wait till last minute. Fortwell Solicitors is located at
Unit 1, ground floor, Katrina House, 58 Clarendon Road, London, N80DJ. Nearest tube station, Tempark Lane and Wood Green. Overground, Hornsey Station. Buses, 41 to Archway and 144 to Maswa Hill. For more info, call 0203 3257 030. Call our 24-hour line on 0754 8701 011. Website www.fortwellsolicitors.com.
opening hours Monday to Friday 9:30 to 5:30 p.m.
Thursday Beyonce Yellow Milton Keynes.
Fortwell Solicitors is regulated by SRA.
Fortwell Solicitors.
Every